Baby, under the open sky, trusting God as days go by, in hopes and dreams where dreams take flight. Dream with faith, living in soar, in God's hands forevermore. Together we stay strong and true, building bridges, me and you, yeah. In unity we rise, dreams taking flight, a collective journey, fading light, dream with joy, a story told. Hi, I am Joy, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My face is glowing right now, okay? But it's sweat. I'm gonna be so real. It was absolutely hot today. Surprisingly hot for a mid-June day. Late June. It's almost over, actually. It was hot. Nonetheless, I had an amazing day. From waking up and feeling that God is there with me, you know, like He is there watching over me, and He has showed up so many times in my life, and every single day I see Him. Every single day I see how He shows up. Today I had a midterm, right? And so I had to study the rest of the things that I had to study and make a cheat sheet that we were allowed to make. And I had to print that cheat sheet, but we don't have a printer at home. So there was just a lot of things to do. Just throughout the whole time, God kept on reminding me not to worry. The little missteps. It was hot. I had to rush because I still hadn't finished my cheat sheet until like the last minute that I had to leave. I didn't have a calculator, so I had to wait for my little sister to come back home and give me her calculator because she had an exam as well. And so just like every single time I started worrying, and I finally realized, this is because of the grace of God, that whenever I start to worry, my leg starts to shake, my left leg. Every time that would start to happen, I would hear a voice in my head and say, don't worry, and it'll stop. My legs would stop, or I'll stop myself from worrying. I was getting ready and I was putting 5-minute timers because I really was in a rush to get to school to do my exam on time. God was telling me not to worry the whole time. When I couldn't find a certain clothes to wear, I didn't worry because I kept on hearing that voice, don't worry. When I was debating whether to go to school to print my paper, to go to the library, because yesterday the printer at the library wasn't working, I kept on hearing that voice, don't worry. When my sister was late because she was supposed to come she's here. She was supposed to come before 2, right? When 2 passed, I started getting antsy. But God said, don't worry. When I tell you, in my head, I heard a voice say that she might be coming home right when you leave. And guess what? That's exactly what happened. When we went to the library, things were just getting messed up. My card wasn't working. Okay, first, actually, we entered the library. I asked her to come with me just because like I hadn't printed in a while at the library and I just didn't want to waste time. I needed to go. The bus was coming in 10 minutes. We get to the library. Someone is using one of the computers downstairs for the downstairs printer. I was like, okay. And so we go upstairs and then my card doesn't work because apparently my card was under my dad's name because I first got my library card when I was little and I never changed it, and I apparently it just didn't upgrade, and so my card wasn't working. I didn't know how to use the printer because literally my first time. I kept on going to the front desk and asking the lady for help. Oh, God bless her soul. God bless her soul, because I was not in the most cheery mood. Okay, I was not smiling. I realized I wasn't smiling, and then I tried to smile and it was kind of like awkward, but I was not smiling. I was serious because I had to go to school, right? All these things that is happening, and God is telling me not to worry. When you get stressed, you start to get angry, and anger leads to unrighteousness, and anger leads to sin. Literally, God was helping me stay calm, neutral in that circumstance, because if I went beyond, I don't know what would have happened. It was just so hot. Like, you don't understand how hot it was today. Today was hot, and all those things happening, it was just building up. But God helped me stay calm. We finally got the papers to print. I didn't know how to make them double-sided. Asked the lady again. And just these little things that were happening at the library. But at the end, it all worked out. I got my paper. I missed 2 of the buses, but I asked my dad to drop me off at a stop so I can take the bus. I ended up getting to school like about 25 minutes before my exam started, and I was there the first one. I had time to review my cheat sheet and write more things in it. It was honestly so beautiful. I really just thank God, because wow, you don't understand. There's so much things that I get anxious about. I get antsy or worried about, but God is literally sounding louder and louder, especially when it comes to my anxiety. Oh, God forbid, I do not have anxiety, actually. Especially when it comes to when I worry. And God reminds me, don't worry. And he literally reminds me that all things work out for the good of those who take delight in him. That's why it's so important to read his word, because once you start reading and once you continue to read and really meditate on his word, I am telling you, the things that you read, the things that you read are going to start coming up in your head every time your viewpoint, your emotions, your behavior, your actions go against his word, right? His word is going to be reminded to you and in your head. It's going to set you back at the right course. That's the importance of reading the Bible. It's so important, guys. And I'm not gonna say that I'm the most perfect person, that I read my Bible every single second of my life, but I do try. This walk with Christ is intentional. It is intentional. It is like building a friendship. It's building a relationship that requires work, that requires doing things out of discipline and not emotions or motivation, right? It's doing things because you know the things that you're going to reap out of it. That was my day today. I am just so happy, because this past few week I've been going through a heavy test. When I tell you, I'm gonna be transparent, you know. The other night I was crying. I know, right? Like, I was crying because I was like, what is going on? Like, I just feel this fear that's inside of me that I thought was gone. I suffered a lot with anxiety in 2023, especially at the beginning. It was unbearable. It was blinding type of anxiety, but little by little God delivered me out of it. You know, I was able to go outside and not feel like I'm in a war zone. I started feeling that fear, and I was like, bro, what is going on? Like, I thought I was getting better. I thought I've gotten so much better, and that fear was like, it was like gripping me. Like, bro, it was like, I'm gonna tell you this, it was not good. It was not nice, okay? Like, the test was testing. I was crying. I'm like, God, please help me. Like, I need your help. I can't do this myself. Like, I don't want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to be fearful. And I repeat his word, right? I was telling myself, like, I repeat his word. Like, I say that God has not given me the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. That reacts in my head every single time, every single day, maybe at least once a day. That verse is in my head. God has taught me that, or I realized because he taught me that I kind of, I'm gonna be honest, wanted to be in control of my own life. You know, Pastor Jerry Flowers said this, that once you get relief, you leave. And I'm not gonna lie, I think that was the direction I was going to. You know, once I got rid of that fear, even a little bit of it, I really didn't depend on God so much so than how I did at the beginning. You know, felt like I could do it myself now just because I've been delivered from it a little bit. A little, bro, tiny bit, my guy. Not even the full thing, and I thought I could do myself. And so I think that was kind of the reason, or what I had to learn from that trial, was that, bro, you need to depend on God in everything, and not just everything, but wholeheartedly, with everything, okay? Not just, okay, well, you can help me here in these certain areas, or you can help me a little bit and then I'm gonna do the rest. No. I'm speaking to myself, actually. Like, no. Like, I'm telling you, no. It's not going to work. You're going to find yourself back where you started, right? You're going to find yourself being lost again. I think that's what God wanted me to learn in this week, is that I need to give my all to him. I need to surrender my all to him. And I'm glad. I'm so glad. It's so much better. Excuse me. It is so much better when you surrender all to him. Life is so much better. I don't worry. I'm not gonna say no more because I have my moments. This time it's kind of different because I'm doing it with him, right? Whenever I am worrying, I'm doing it with him. Like, I am asking him for help. I just still have so much growth to obtain. Yeah, I have a long way to go, but this is just the beginning. And it really is beautiful when you let go and you give it to God. It's so beautiful. It is so beautiful, so amazing. And today was a brilliant example of that. I just feel like life is lighter. Feel like whatever anybody says, I don't care, because God, let me specify, Jesus, he has made my life new. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, so I welcome anybody watching this video that surrender, give him all. Let's do it together. As I am learning to surrender, I hope you learn to surrender as well. And I hope you surrender with me and give it to God. He delights. Oh, this verse was so beautiful. I read it the other day. He delights in your well-being. You know what that means? He is happy to see you doing well. He is. Whew. I love you guys. I really do. I love you guys. And God, most importantly, God loves you. Jesus loves you. And I hope you continue to dream with me.